Hey, Assalamu alaikum, man. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm doing well, bro. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, man. Just been a while, and yeah, people are asking questions, man. What's going on? Is CST over? I saw like all sorts of conspiracy theories, man. But I
Well,
told
it's
them,
summer break, isn't it?
yeah, man. Like we don't get time off. Like we will be back on air, guys. There's plenty
Yeah,
stuff to come, right? We have a lot of
right.
stuff on our radar, but. Yeah, thanks again for joining, and I understand things have been pretty crazy, obviously. Plus, yeah, it's summer. We all want to enjoy whatever few days we get in between of those crazy heat days.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, man, without further ado, let's get to our guests and welcome them. I should say, welcome them back to
Yes,
our episode.
for sure. All right. Esteemed guest.
Hey, assalamu
Alrighty.
alaikum, man.
Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum
Walaikum
salam.
assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, good. How's it going?
Alhamdulillah,
Good,
sir.
alhamdulillah.
As usual, a little bit of this, a
Good to
little
be
bit of that.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. We're excited to have you back, actually. I feel like
yeah,
we didn't
Thank you.
get to, finish off our conversation last time. There's so much to talk about, so it's hard to, where to cut it off. But
Yeah.
best part about this is it's a rolling series, so we would always
yeah.
love
Oh
to
yeah.
have guests back.
Oh, yeah. And if you recall, right, a lot of excitement garnered from your episode, man. So I think a lot of
Really,
people
eh?
really loved yeah. They were like, oh, is it Omer? Like anytime someone, I would be like, someone asked me, well, when's the next one? I'm like, soon, inshallah. Oh, is it Omer? I'm not kidding. I was asked multiple times. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Oh, that's
inshallah,
awesome.
we'll have him back if he want, if he has the time. So thank you again
Yeah.
for joining us. But
No problem.
as
But you know what?
Zishan's, yeah,
No, I was just gonna say I'm excited to have like everyone in Chai Chai come on. I honestly, I feel like everyone has a story. Everyone has things that we don't know about. I'm really excited to get to know that from everyone. So I'm looking forward to that, inshallah.
agreed. I mean, and Zishan, please chime in here, right? Like, you gotta, really encourage people too, because there's only so much, only how far we can go, right?
Right.
And obviously
Right.
everybody is welcome, right? Like, we don't say no to anybody as long as, I know there's a few folks who have also reached out, and it's just timing is always an
Yeah.
issue, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
inshallah, yeah, yeah, we'd love to have other folks on there as well.
So, I mean,
Yep.
speaking about, everyone has a story to share. Is there something that you wanted to share that hasn't been shared before?
Um, yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's many stories, I guess, right? Depends where we want to start, but um,
You
I
decide, sir.
have.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, you tell
All right.
us what would you like to share?
Okay, I'll throw one in there. So this is from one of our travels. I I don't think I've ever mentioned it to you guys. I guess we didn't have a chance actually because of COVID. But there was one time. This was at Cancun airport. So we had, just landed in Cancun at the airport and going through customs. And I need you to sort of picture this as well. You're in the custom line, right? And then they have those like the lines are like they're in like a box, the custom agents. And then,
Yep.
there's one in front on one side and on the other
Yes.
side, one's kind of back.
Yeah, they're like
And
diagonal kind of, and but the
yeah,
same, but the same kind of.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
right. And then imagine there's multiple of them, right? So like
Yeah.
when I'm in line and I've handed my passport and all my stuff to the custom agent. So behind me is an agent, like a little bit back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, we were just waiting. I just handed the documents to the custom agent. We're just waiting, and I was just looking at Sana, and I'm like, oh, this is a good opportunity for a picture. She was just holding the stroller, so I took my camera out. I took a picture, and the custom agent behind me is like, "Don't take pictures." Like, the serious face. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, all right. And then he's like, delete it. I'm like, what? He's like, delete the picture. I'm like, okay, I'm deleting it. And then he's like, show it to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And I showed it to him that I deleted it. And then he's like, okay. But I'm like, I didn't know we were not allowed to take pictures. But anyway, after we were gone from there, I restored the picture back, so I still have the picture. But
Classic Omer.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
it's like
it,
joke's on you. I have trash enabled. I can just restore.
I mean, I like the picture. I didn't want to delete it. But are we not allowed to take pictures in custom area? I guess I
No,
didn't know.
never. Yeah.
Yeah,
Canada, US, everywhere.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
It's.
I
yeah.
could tell you,
I've heard about it. Yeah.
you shouldn't even have your phone out in that area, actually.
Really?
Yeah, usually it'll tell
Okay.
you, there's usually the signs that are saying no phones in this area when you're going to
That
the
I've
customs
seen,
area.
but I didn't know
Yeah.
about the picture thing. I've heard about it where it's like it's heavily frowned upon because I think the whole process itself, there's ways I'm assuming that you can, I don't know, get around security or maybe you're taking pictures to see, hey, how many people are normally here? Or what if I want to, get something through here? Who do I, how do I do that? I'm assuming it's for those purposes, but
Mm.
Romer's like, I just
I'm
want a
just
picture, man. I just
no,
want a picture of my wife and kids. Yeah.
I just couldn't believe how serious the custom agent was.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
was like, it's not like, hey, can you delete that? You're not allowed to take it here, kind of thing.
uh,
But he's just like, delete it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh
Wow.
man,
oh
Very
man.
serious.
yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. These.
yeah, that
Go ahead.
is, and I was gonna say that it's weird. I've never actually, I guess, I don't know. It depends on how long the guy was taking for you, right? At the at the custom station. Because for me, normally, I don't think I've had that even opportunity. There's just like it's just a pretty quick thing, and it's just like you know what I mean. Like I haven't had a chance to
yeah,
be there. I'm assuming because you're going first times or something like they were going through everything, but I've never been there,
yeah,
so I don't know how it works. But
yeah,
I don't know. It just like even then it's such a short thing. But yeah, you're right. He could have been like polite about it, I guess, and say, hey, you know what,
yeah,
you're not allowed to take pictures.
I don't know why they're not polite sometimes. Sometimes they are, but I don't know why they're not. Sorry, Imran,
yeah.
go ahead.
But keep in mind though, this was only like 10 to 15 seconds. This whole thing.
Well, Umer's
Uh,
quick with the camera, I'll tell you that.
no, I mean, I it's how long
Yeah.
does it take to take a picture, right? You pull out your camera,
Oh,
take a picture, click a picture. That's like
with
five
the S10,
seconds.
it's pretty quick. Yeah.
Exactly, guys. Come on.
Instead, I'm pretty sure he's on like I don't know the Ultra or the Fold or something, man. Umer keeps
S10
up.
plus.
You have
Oh
one
man,
of those film cameras, you have to load it up and
how was
I don't know.
Cancun though? It was right
Cancun's
during
good,
COVID,
man.
right? Was it
This
you
is
and
right be
right
this is
before
right
COVID?
before COVID.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Wow.
My my parents were there too.
Nice. I
Nice.
remember you were telling me that all of you guys were going. How was that? Like everyone going?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to be in like a different location. Obviously, it's not as um we're not as free, I guess, as going by ourselves without the
Mhm.
parents.
Hmm.
Right.
But that's expected, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've heard
we know
mixed
going in.
things. Yeah. Go
Sorry?
on. I said go on, go on.
Yeah, I know. Like it's the mindset, right? We know going in that it's not going to be just us. There's other, people are like parents are there, so uh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
obviously kind of work around that kind of thing. So
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna
yes,
ask,
sir. But it's fun.
how did you find Cancun overall? Because I've heard mixed things. I've also heard that it's a very family side of the, resort and everything, but I've also heard they have like really I don't know if there's a clear distinction, but I've heard that it's like they've got like party towns basically, where it's like all these young folks come and it's like I'm assuming you went to a resort, right? Those resorts are like
Went to,
packed and it's all basically young folks and like a lot of dancing and disco and a lot of music and like I've heard that, right? And then I've also heard people say, oh, it's good to go with a family, so there's a lot of family resorts as well. So I
That's the
don't know
best
how
thing to
was.
do with the family. Dancing and disco and all of that.
Well, this is the young folks, doing all sorts of things that, they shouldn't be, or we shouldn't
We're
be, I
still
should
we're,
say.
we're still young, right over.
Well,
I don't know what
yeah.
I don't know what that was talking
what
about.
I mean by
That was
is
you're
like
not.
young single folks.
That
How
was, what
about
are you gonna
that?
go to Cancun for? You're just gonna go there and just
Party?
sit? You have to go there and party.
Nah, man,
You
That was
I'm more of a. Sorry, go ahead. Where?
Are you not talking about your and ours trip?
Yeah, I mean, what did
I
you
don't know
guys
what
do
you're
when you
talking
Are
went
you
there?
about.
referring to that maybe?
I don't know what you're talking about. Uh, what I mean is that
That
Alrighty.
me, I'm more of a, sit by the beach kind of person. I want to relax when I go on vacation. I don't want to come back
Yeah.
more tired. Yes, I will do like fun stuff like excursions or whatever activities are going on at the, resort. But I'm like, yeah, just like, get those mojitos and pina coladas coming. And yeah, that's me. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
man.
go in the water a little bit, but yeah, I'm just like, leave me be in the shade. I don't want to get tanned, you know what I mean? I just want to enjoy the breeze by the water. And that's it. If you leave me there, I'm totally fine. Like, that's me. There was a time where I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna do more stuff. But what about you, Omer? And obviously you, Zishan, what do you guys like? How are you at resorts?
Go ahead, Sishan.
I don't think I should have been. Uh, hey, I go, I eat, go on the beach, um, fishing. Yeah, partied up, dance, disco, the things that Dawood doesn't like.
Yeah, I can see
Hang
that.
out, hang out with the young guys, see
I'd
what
like to go
everyone's
with
up
you
to.
sometime, maybe spruce up
Go,
my
go to the
life.
club, see what that's
Yeah.
all about. Um,
I don't know. It
yeah,
seems like he's
I take
experienced in this, right?
take Zachariah with me. You know, what happens on vacation stays on vacation.
Yeah, that's a rule I strictly follow, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So,
Um,
I can't wait to travel again.
yeah.
Hopefully.
I'll
Yeah.
say I can't wait till I can go to a resort without the kids also.
Hmm.
Um, it's different with the kids. It's different with the kids
Well,
I
and
bet, yeah.
obviously, but yeah, I can't wait till we get to do that. Let's say when the kids are older, they're, you know, teenagers or whatnot, or maybe
well,
married. I don't know when,
I don't
but
know. Yeah, that 18, and once
probably
they're
after they're
18,
married.
hopefully when they're 18, they're out, maybe send them abroad for
Some
university.
schooling or something. He's like,
And
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
go for the far university. Leave me. Go.
I mean, I see it now. Our parents is different, right? They were always like, stay home,
Yeah, be close by or
don't go
something. Yeah.
far.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, white families is like, yeah, go wherever you want to go.
The further
right.
the better.
Yeah, and they were like, because in their minds, like 18, the kids are out, and then they just
Yeah.
start like chilling.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think I would be okay with that if like I hope I would be okay with that. That even when they're older, it's not like, oh no, you need to stay close to me, you need to stay home or find a university closer.
Yeah.
I would want them to, I mean, as long as they are mature and grown up enough to take care of
Take care of
themselves,
themselves, yeah.
yeah, like go and just get out of the house and let me just video
Yeah.
game
Let me
finally.
be.
I wait for the
Let
day
me
where
be.
I can go back to play some video games again.
Oh man, you know what? I'm seeing that too now. So I'm assuming Zachary doesn't let you play, right? Because he probably wants the controller.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
for sure.
seeing Niall now. I tried it the other day. I started the game, and as soon as he saw my controller light up, he just came running, like not running, but like he's crawling now. So he's just like,
Mm,
and he's basically
Yeah.
like play screaming, and he wants the controller. And once he got his hands on it, he's just like
that's it. It
this, right?
says,
I'm like,
Yeah, you can't.
okay, it's that time now. I put this away where I only play it at night after he's gone to sleep. But then I'm so tired by then, so what's the point? And I get what Zishan's
yeah,
talking about. But, it's like I was gonna say that, it's two parts, right? There's obviously one that you get the benefit, and the second thing is I think the kids would get their own experience. They're like, kind of being on their
yeah.
own would teach them a few things and being a bit more independent and stuff too. But obviously that's if they want, because they might just be like, nah, I think I'm gonna stay. I'll find the local university. It's like, no, go.
I think I'm gonna be like go, and not specifically because oh yeah, no, I want him out of the house. Not just that, but like they can learn a lot, right? Like
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
we all of us grown up that they see families say, oh no, you gotta stay home and stay home till whenever, right? And if you ever want to move out, it's like you have to make a whole case to move out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And even when you do, you're not, because again, now you haven't done it, and you might be much more. I guess, set in your ways, right? That you're not going to be, it's going to be tough for you to obviously make that change as well. And that's why, like, I think when I was like about to finish school, like university, even someone was like, "Oh, I don't know who it was. I met someone and they're like, oh, you should take a year off." I'm like, "Why?" Like, what? Like, go travel. It's really good for you. I'm like, yo, this guy's ridiculous. Does he know? Does he not know how much student loans I have? Like, who's gonna pay for that,
Mm,
right?
right.
Or like, has he not met like has he parents? Like, what? You want to take a year off? How about I give you your life off, huh?
That's so
So,
true.
but now I understand that. So I no, I wouldn't recommend that someone takes a year off, and it depends, obviously. But somehow find a way to travel a little bit, and if that's by, hey, going to school in a different province, a different country, honestly, I agree with you, Zishan. I think it adds a lot to someone's personality, and it makes him much more flexible, like later on,
Hmm.
than someone who just kind of like. Have you met those people who always like, oh, I've always stayed in this town. I've never traveled outside. I'm like, and you can
Yeah.
see, right,
Yeah.
where,
They never even traveled outside. You're right, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you can
Yeah,
see where things can, feel really not off, but different with them, and you're like,
Hmm.
they're
oh,
different. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna develop some life skills when you're on your own, that you won't otherwise, right? So definitely valuable skills for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And like for me, I've done moves like I've moved far. I first moved out. I've moved far. I've moved back. Um, and then I've moved far again. And like every single time is a tough conversation to have.
is
Yeah.
it those, Zishan? Because you're, because you're. It seems like, like I'm waiting for Zishan to announce next. It's like, guys, I'm moving from Texas, God knows where,
I'm
but.
I'm moving to Mars.
So yeah, I'm going
Oh
on the
my
first.
God.
I'm going on the first trip with the Starship or whatever that Elon's sending. I'm going.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh
man.
Yeah,
man.
man.
But I'm sure you've learned, like, even for something, yeah, I think you went to Calgary first, right? Like that switch itself, because having lived there too, like, and it's different obviously when you go alone versus when you go with a spouse, right?
Hmm.
There's that,
Yeah.
and then obviously Texas, that's another, like, I know, I see Omer, like, I know you're still at home, with your
Yep.
parents, but you've traveled quite a bit too, so I'm pretty sure just even that travel has done wonders for you to just see, how people live differently around the world, right?
I guess on that note, I have a question for Amir. What is the
Yep.
favorite destination you've traveled to?
Yeah.
That's okay, okay, I'll break it into two different scenarios, I guess. One is
Hmm.
like a relaxing vacation, and is one is like an
Exploration.
Yeah.
exploration type of
Exploratory. Okay. Yeah.
Exploratory, yeah.
exploratory. Yeah. I was one of those words I was thinking.
Explore.
Yeah, that
Explored.
type of vacation, which is actually quite tiring.
Yeah.
Um, so let me think. For a
Exploitive. Sorry,
exploitive,
go ahead.
explosive. Um,
You can't move
I
past
Explore. Exploratory.
exploratory, maybe
Office reference.
explorationary.
I don't know if you
I
guys
was
remember
thinking
the
like
episode where
which one?
the Office episode where I don't know what was the word that Michael keeps correcting while they're having a meeting with David Wall. They're having a meeting with everybody, and Michael keeps trying to get the get the correct word. Anyway, go back to
Yeah,
where.
no, I can't
Sorry.
remember.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah, we should add the clip here for that. Um,
Yes.
so okay, so a relaxing vacation. I haven't gone to too many destinations, but I've been to only Punta Cana and Cancun pretty much. Between the two, I would say Punta Cana. Um, the resorts are nicer there, I think. Well, it depends what price you pay, but I think it's cheaper to get a nicer one in Punta Cana, I think. There's a lot more
Hmm.
Yeah.
choices in Cancun also, I think. Um, so yeah, I would say Punta Cana, but Cancun was really nice as well. I guess we haven't really found a great resort in Cancun that's within our budgets, I guess. Um, so that's for that. Um, for the other one, I would say Istanbul. to be honest, that was probably that's one place I want to go back for sure. There's actually so many places you can go. There's so much history there, Islamic history too. So many cool buildings. There's so many masajid that are just amazing. Obviously, food is halal. That's a big one. And
Mm-hmm.
just the overall feeling, I guess. You hear the adhan all the time.
The ambiance is good.
That aspect as well. The azan part really hits you, man. When you really feel that. See, we're living here in North America. We don't get to experience that.
Yeah,
And as Muslims, like you know how we're Muslims here. We're living a pretty Islamic life, alhamdulillah. But like to have like the holistic Islamic Muslim feeling, or you're supposed to have the way you're supposed to be
yeah,
living, supposed to be in like like a Islamic environment. You're living under a khilafa. I mean, obviously we're not in that situation, but you would have the azan going all the time, kind of thing.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Being here, we kind of sort of forget or don't realize that that's sort of what our goal is supposed to be, I guess, right? But obviously we're not in that situation at all.
yeah.
Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go there, but obviously we're not close there. But when you go
Sharia
to like
law.
place, yeah, I mean that's the ideal, right? But
That's
when you
no,
go
I
to like
agreed. Yeah, that's the
when you
Yeah,
go
Western
to
just
Muslim
tainted the
country,
word. Yeah,
yeah, when you go to a Muslim country, obviously they're not fully Islamic or anything, but I'm just saying, just the adhan aspect of it,
yeah.
it makes it feel like, this is kind of like home kind of thing. Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
And I
so
sorry, go ahead. Finish your thought.
yeah, no, that's why that's one of those are some of the reasons why I would say Istanbul,
Mm-hmm.
probably from the places I've been to.
And I feel like, it's correct. Like this is what I'm thinking. When you're in Istanbul, there visiting, right? It's a different feeling from being in Saudi, in Mecca or Medina. Like over there, you're fully immersed. The whole experience is a religious experience, right? So you're
Yeah,
expecting the adhan, you're knowing you're going to the masjid, whatever it is, and
Right.
it's all nice and beautiful wherever you are in that area. But in Istanbul and Turkey, you go about your regular day. You're going to the shops, you're going to get
Yeah.
food, and then
Mm,
and it's you're living, like, I don't want to say like on the streets kind of thing, but you're getting the feel of how it is just regular day-to-day life, and then you still have
yeah.
a religious aspect encompassing it. But and when you go for Hajj or Umrah, the whole experience is different because that's your
Yeah.
one purpose. You're going for that,
yeah. You're
right?
not a tourist
You're
there.
on a religious trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah,
a tour. You're not touring.
Correct.
You're not having an exploratory trip. It's
right.
more of like you said,
Exploration.
explore. Yeah, it's more of you're spiritually elevated. Yeah, it makes sense. That's a good point, Zishan. And then obviously when you go
Yeah.
to a Muslim country, it's totally different
Yeah.
experience.
Hmm.
And not just that, right? Istanbul's like Europe as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, Europe and
And
Asia.
that
Yeah,
aspect's really cool. Yeah, and Europe and Asia, but Europe is more shocking, right? For it to be an Islamic country. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So you're kind of like in a European side, sort of a setting, and all of a sudden the adhan goes. It's really cool. You know,
I
That's
bet,
it's
neat.
honestly.
really
So I mean, if I was to say like here is $2,000. You have to book a ticket to go somewhere tomorrow. Where are you booking your ticket to? I mean, you and let's say your family or whatever. Where are you booking your ticket to?
um probably going for Umrah, to be honest.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, Saudi's nice. Like, of course, there's the Umrah part, but then the food is, the food and Medina. Just being in Medina is really nice, man. Honestly,
Hmm.
I would give
I
anything
agree.
to just be there for a long time. Honestly,
Or live there
Hmm.
even.
um,
Would you live
yeah,
there?
I've thought about like would I live here? It's different, right? It's like it's not. It's one thing to visit there and be there as a tourist. Another thing to work there, I think. Um,
Probably, yeah, I suppose.
I think some of those stigmas are still there probably in
Hmm.
Unfortunately,
Saudi. I
yeah.
mean, even if we're a Canadian, you know,
Yeah.
I think they still probably they see people in a certain way.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah,
so,
100%, man.
but otherwise, yeah, I would love to live in Medina. Weather's good.
So
You know what I
peaceful,
mean?
man. Just like
It
you
is.
go there, you just like it's like all your worries go away. You're sitting there like, yeah, yeah, work, this, that. That's all like when I go back. But here now, I'm at peace. And it's just it's something it's so hard to describe like when people ask you or like even when non-Muslims, I don't know if you've had that. Like I've had a couple of like coworkers or bosses in the past when I've gone for Umrah or Hajj, right? So they're like, you have a different vibe to you. So like, how was it? This and that, right? And it's like, you're living off of that feeling when you're back as well, right? For a bit. And I'm like, honestly, there's the heavily spiritual aspect of Makkah and the hustle bustle and everything. But then when you go to Medina, it's just like I'm like, I
Yeah,
can't put it into words. Like you
yeah,
forget about everything.
honestly.
Like almost everything you just forget about, except like you're praying and you're just like, yo, I could stay here forever. I'm
Yeah.
sure someone will have bread and dates and kewa, and I can live off of that, no problem. And the masjid's here, so I don't have to go back, right? But I
But you
don't
don't
know,
even have
man.
to do that. There's so much good food there.
Yo, man,
You
don't
know,
let me
lots of
get
Hmm.
fast
go.
food and anyway.
Feels like
But
yesterday, man.
Oh man, I want to get a Big Mac.
I
yeah,
I
like
remember
that
every like
Whopper.
when I go, you stop over in Dubai or wherever you stop over,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the whole
It's like,
place, and
oh
then I
man,
get
I
the Big
get
Mac.
I get a Whopper and I get a Big Mac. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Whopper too.
yeah. Yo,
And
for
what was the
first,
other place? Go ahead, go ahead.
no, no, Zisha, you finish.
What was the other burger place?
Zinger at
Arby's?
KFC as
No,
well.
there's KFC.
Hardee's.
Hardee's, that's the
Hardee's,
other one. Yes,
Hardee's.
Hardee's. That was good too. I like that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Sorry,
have
Omar, go
Hardee's in
ahead.
Pakistan.
yeah,
So whenever, I
yeah.
mean, if not
Okay.
Saudi, if I go to Pakistan, then I'd have tried there. But you know what I haven't had? I don't know when I had it last. If I had it, was the halal Subway. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
if you guys are fans of
Yeah.
the meatball or their like smoked turkey or
Yep.
anything like that.
I
Have
haven't
you?
tried.
I've had I've had Subway in India. I think it was like a tandoori chicken kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
It was
Sounds tasty.
okay.
you didn't like it?
Oh, okay.
It was okay. It was
I
okay. I
I
think I like the tuna one better, but
I think I had a meatball one. I don't know. I can't remember it, so it's one of those things I want to do again. Or I guess the first time, depending on how it went last time. But
yeah.
yeah, man. Otherwise, honestly, you're right. Honestly, Zishan, like stopping by in Dubai or even like Turkey or anywhere, it's just like, man, the food is what like it's
Food.
so it's like, oh man, what do I eat? It's not like, oh man, I only have limited options. Oh, I wonder who has a good veggie burger or something, right? Versus, oh
Oh
my
my
God, I can
God.
have anything. What do I eat?
Speaking
Yeah.
speaking about that topic, right? Uh, when we were in Chile, uh, we kept eating vegetarian, like fish or vegetarian pizza or cheese pizza or whatever, and we all wanted some sort of like meat. But there's not really much halal there. And Omer fill in the gaps for the story, but this is the shawarma. Eventually, we found a place that was selling shawarma, right?
Yeah.
Halal shawarma. So we went there. It's a small little like random shop, and you have to go like downstairs into the basement to get to eat
It's
your
like
food.
it's like some illegal like black market stuff.
I don't even
No,
know.
there was sitting area upstairs as well, but I guess it was full, right? At that time.
Yeah, or it was
But
like
yeah.
wasn't enough for eight of us. And then we go
Yeah, yeah,
there
yeah.
and you're trying to customize what you want on the shawarma, but I think Omer, I don't know who it was. We were like, you know what? At this point, just take it fully low. It was just getting complicated, language barriers, this, that. And we're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no choice of chicken or beef. You just have to go with beef. Um, and then so in the end, we just got what, like eight beef shawarmas.
Yeah.
Um, and I can't remember what Omer docked them a point for on there. At this point, we're all like, yeah, yeah, 5 stars, whatever, because um, we just wanted
Yeah,
some
you just want
meat.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Omer made sure to be picky, which was good. I mean, he was right. He was not letting the bias of halalness affect his rating. Um, I
Yeah.
think
I'm
he gave him
like,
what, five out of seven.
no. I think I gave a 9 out of 10. But I'm like, you know what? If there's non-Muslims that's going to be coming here as well,
Hmm.
and
You
if
want to
they
make
see my
sure
10
that
out of
yeah.
10, they'd be like, "Oh, this is probably amazing." It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't amazing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Omer's
yeah,
trying to say just because it's
I'm
halal and
too
I'm
honest,
Muslim.
man.
Yeah, he's like Omer's like just because it's halal and I'm Muslim doesn't mean I'll give it 10 out of 10.
Yeah, which is fair, right? Like, hey, if they're
But
not good, then they need to
yeah,
improve.
No, but I get the 10 out of 10s, man, because obviously there's not a lot of halal options, but we got to support that business, right? We
that's
want
the
that to be there next time we go there also,
That's
right?
true. Yeah, good point.
oh
Yeah.
so is there a next time for this trip as well?
Not Chile. I don't think so.
Maybe not this look. Yeah. It was good, but not sure
I
we'll
think,
go again until,
yeah,
yeah.
I think the next one's Iceland 2020, right?
It's Iceland 2020. Honestly, man, jokes aside, I would love to go to a resort, man. I think it's been pretty crazy in the last couple of years, and it's just like
Yep.
I know people have already started somewhat doing that, right? And
Yep.
I don't think right now it's worth the hassle, plus with all sorts of these tests and not per se like full quarantine. I think now that you're fully vaccinated, at least in Canada, from what I understand, but
Yeah.
there's some like pre-flight tests that some airlines want you to do, and it's just, and from what I'm reading, it's like a nightmare to find these, man. Like for
Mm,
international travel, obviously, right? So you have to book this in like 72 hours in advance. Basically, it has to be like within 72 hours of the flight. Then it takes like 48 hours to get this test. But
Yeah.
sometimes
oh wow.
you don't get the test at the right time. And some people are like, oh, it's literally like we're getting the test result like 10 hours before our flight and everything. And it's just like so
Yep.
stressful and the whole thing, right? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't think it's going away completely, but maybe the restrictions are kind of loosened up a little bit. But it's
No.
Mm,
Yeah.
But yeah, I do miss like a good resort where I can just chill on the beach and not have to worry about anything. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
I think
kind
with
of
food,
there with you. Yeah.
yeah, I just want like, I mean, I love just being able to go anywhere and get some halal
Yep.
food.
And
That's
that, like, the beach and stuff that, but with halal food, right? Like,
Mm.
I think when I go like for some vacation, I don't know if there's any locations like that. Sorry, Tishan, you were gonna say
mm,
something?
well, one call out to a previous episode. Ajmal needs to look into something, right, for a big trip. And two, Omer,
Yes.
uh, what about what was the company called?
Husna?
Um, yes,
Yep.
maybe you guys can collaborate.
Yeah, I know I don't know if I don't like they I think they might be expensive. I'm not sure what the best option would be. And I think they were kind
What
of
is
limited too with the
Husna?
number of
Sorry?
Okay.
families you can have. Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds familiar. What is Husna?
Hosna, they do like family trips for
Oh, okay, okay.
Muslim families, basically. They do ski trips here in the winter time kind of thing for
Hmm.
Yeah,
families.
that's where I've heard that from.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're also doing resort. They've collaborated with the
Oh,
resort, I
interesting.
think, or something,
Hmm.
where you could have a chef and he's gonna cook halal food for you guys, and you have kind of like a resort setting,
Yeah.
kind of exclusive, I think, for yourselves only. So like I think the women can have like their women only time in a
Hmm.
pool also in a closed environment, I think. I don't know. Something
Yeah.
like that. We were looking at it, I think, but I think it's kind of restricted to 8 families or 5 families or something like that.
Okay.
And I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. But something to look into maybe.
If anyone in Chai Chai wants to take up that project, take it up.
Yeah,
Maybe in 2020, I don't think anything's going to change in just what now, 2021 and the 2021, 2022 will probably be the earliest that
yeah.
resort,
I
like,
think
we could,
safely 2023, like a safe bet, I think.
yeah, or the end of
Well,
2022. We'll see
or yeah, it'd be nice to get away in the winter. Well, Zishan's like, I
for
don't know what
sure.
you're talking about. What's winter?
Yeah.
It's only the hot or nice weather.
Yeah, these days, today's supposed to be 38 degrees um, outside. Plus, you get a little bit more with the humidity and whatnot.
Yeah,
But I don't go outside in 1 o'clock in the daytime. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah,
Have you seen anything like
totally.
crazy where things burn off, or or they're so hot that like they burn off stuff? Because some in some states I heard like it gets so hot that like you've got people's tires or stuff melting off and everything. I
Mm.
don't know.
Oh, maybe
Uh,
that's Arizona. But even then, they get like
Probably,
50
yeah.
degrees, and you don't hear too much about
It got
that.
pretty, yeah. Oh, okay. It got pretty humid here, man. It was like hot and like super humid. Like You're like, what the heck is going on? You go in the car, the AC is on for like 25 minutes. I had to get my car
Hmm.
checked. I was like, yo, I think the AC is not working. The guy's like, no, it's working. It's just really hot. He's like, you won't feel it. I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, I'm like, I got a kid in the car. Like, I'm going out, like, taking him somewhere, and I just feel like it's too hot in here, right? He's like, no, because I had him like check, with the gauge or
Yeah.
whatever. He's like, yeah, no. He's like, you have to leave it on for like 45 minutes, but then by then you're already done whatever errand you
Wow.
were trying to pull, right? So I'm like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, man,
Hmm.
it's getting there. Global warming, it's real. Wake up, people. But
Global warming.
but yeah,
Oh
no,
man, what
Yeah.
else you
honestly,
wanted to share, man? I want to
yeah.
hear
I
some
was
Yeah.
more
gonna
No.
say, any
stories.
new movies you watched that you recommend? Come on, that's always a
Recently,
popular topic with you.
yeah. Recently,
Yeah.
I mean, they're not releasing too many movies, right? Because the theaters are not open and stuff. Um, I think Mimi was good, right? That was
I
one of the better
liked it.
ones.
I found it dragged on a little too long because,
Yeah.
like, as I actually remember when I shared the trailer with you, I was like, yo, it feels like most of the story is in the trailer. And a lot of good stuff came afterwards, but I felt like it was unnecessarily 2.5 hours long. It could have been
Yeah.
easily an hour 40, like a good half an hour to 40
Right.
minutes. What do you feel? Do you agree? I don't know. Unless
Yeah, I
you
think
okay.
so. I think it might have. I think it did drag on a bit longer. Yeah, couldn't have been
Okay.
shorter.
I don't want to give any spoilers to
Um,
anybody who might want to watch. So, any other movies? Any other ones that you saw recently?
um, that I recommend. I'm not sure. Like Sharni was okay also. I don't know
It
if you
seems
saw
so
Any
Sharni.
serious.
any ones that you won't recommend? Like, hey guys, do not watch this movie.
Coolie number one.
Yeah, Coolie number one. Don't watch. But that was
Please don't
that was
watch it.
last year, I think, right?
Really? Has it been that
Uh,
long? Oh my God. No,
I don't know. Usually, I don't end up watching the ones not to watch kind of thing.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
same here. Like I saw the trailer like halfway through. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like I like the
Is there
original
one?
with I think it's Govinda, right? The original.
Oh yeah,
And that was
yeah.
a
I mean,
that's
I
a
haven't watched in a
classic.
while, but
That's
yeah.
that's a classic. But I'm pretty sure in the last episode, Omer, it was coming. We were talking about how they're remaking it, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel like really hyped up for it. I think it's gonna be bad.
Oh,
But
did we?
apparently it tanked like horribly,
No,
and
it was
makes sense.
it
Like you
was a
Wow.
can't
really bad movie.
like I don't know Zishan. You know who Govinda? I've always I always know him as Govinda. A lot of times he's only introduced as Govinda, and I don't remember his last name. It's some really long and complicated name, I think.
Okay.
But do you know who I'm talking about, Zishan?
No, I'll just
Okay.
Google it right now. How do you spell
So
his name?
Govinda, and Omer can, agree with me on this. Like
This guy. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
he has
Yeah.
a very, very certain style, right, Omer?
Yes.
Like he had a very certain, how do you say, flair when he's on the TV, right? Like when he's on the
Yep.
big screen. You you cannot repeat it. It's just it's like, for example, when people talk about this old actor, I don't know if either of you know Mithun Chakraborty, right? I don't know if you know him, Omer, but like he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
well known in the 70s and the 80s for his disco dancing and everything. Like he and Babida, the composer, they would always come up with these intricate dance and then some of those guys from the really old choreographers, they would have basically they were doing stuff in Bollywood that nobody else was doing, right? But you can never have anybody else repeat that because of just the way they carried it, right? The
Yep.
same with Govinda. He had that particular style that. And the other thing I don't like about Varun Dhawan is that the whole basically remakes that he's trying to do of classical movies. He had the Jurwa, right? If you remember that,
Yep.
one the Salman Khan one, they did that one, and
Yep.
then he tried the Schoolie number one too. They're basically remaking Zishan. They're remaking old classical or somewhat.
Mm.
I'm not talking like, oh my God, amazing movies. I'm just talking about, hey, hilarious, funny movies, right? Like a
Okay.
solid B
Right.
plus in my books, maybe an A
Nice.
minus in Omer's books, right? And this is remaking those. And
Yeah.
I don't I'm like Dawn remakes I like, but these stuff that they're doing with Varun is just I don't know.
It's
I'm
just
not
like what copy paste.
pretty much. They add their
Pretty
own
much just
taste, yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
modernizing it a little bit. That would
Ah.
um I want to mention two, three movie names that I think should be remade today,
Okay.
and I think would be really good. One is Jo Jeeta Wohi Sikandar.
That's a good
I don't
one.
know if you know
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Uh-huh.
like Have you seen it, Zishan?
Um, very long ago. That's the one with Imran Khan and
Amir Khan, yeah.
Amir
Wait, did I
American.
say
Khan.
Sorry,
Zishan
yes,
or
yeah.
Dawood?
You said
You said
Zishan.
Zishan, but
Oh, sorry. I meant Dawood
Yeah,
because he's more than likely to have seen it.
yeah, yeah, I
I
saw it
feel
like a
like,
long time ago. Yeah,
that's the one with
yeah,
1942 Love Story.
no,
The song, right? Is that not the one?
no.
Okay,
Jo
then.
Jeeta Wahi Sikandar? No.
Okay. Let me. I'm
But
just gonna Google that one. Go ahead.
yeah.
what I feel is like the story, Dawood, it's really good. I feel like they made it on sort of a lower budget, and the camera quality is not that great kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I feel like that's one movie would look really good if you can sort of bring it to today's setting and
And
make
like
that type of a movie.
bring today's political stuff, I guess, and add that to that mix. Is that how you mean it, or
Maybe not political, but obviously like it
there's
was
issues,
based.
right? That you can, yeah. Go
Yeah,
on.
I mean there's things specific to that time and period, right? So
Yeah,
it's sort of adapted to today kind of thing, and
interesting.
the
Hmm.
story was really good. So I thought that's one movie
I did not expect you to
that
pick
should
that
be
movie.
remade.
Really interesting
Really.
This is
choice.
the
Go
one
on.
with the Pehla Nasha song.
Yep, Bella
Yeah,
Shah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what
Right.
you wanted to
Another
say,
1992.
right? I think that's the
Yeah.
one you were talking about.
That's
Yeah. Sorry, go
yes.
on. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
there's a
Okay.
couple other ones. There's another Amir Khan one. Akele Hum Akele Tum.
Oh, I really like that song.
I know the song.
Akele hum, akele tum. Something like that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yo, that song
that would be a
is.
good remake, I think. I really like that movie.
I noticed a
Um,
trend here. Omer wants Amir Khan movies to be remade.
no, and the third one I'm thinking is there's a Shah Rukh Khan one. Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na.
Never heard of this one.
Wasn't that a
Y-
comedy?
There was comedy in
Comedy
there, but it
slash
was
love
more
story, right?
more of a drama. That's
Yeah.
one movie that Shah Rukh Khan doesn't get the girl at the end.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a
Interesting
good remake.
choices. Hmm. These are
Um,
all like
I think.
pre 2000, I think, right? Or like basically
Yeah,
late 80s,
for
early
1990s.
sure.
90s. Yeah.
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 Wow. Very
Are
interesting
the movies?
choices.
Do the movies nowadays have the same love story? Formula.
No.
You know, they've
No.
changed that. They've moved away from that now. That they
Yeah.
fall in love. In the first minute, and that's
Yeah.
No.
gone.
And let's
No.
get to the dancing
Oh,
with
that's
songs.
gone.
Okay.
Gotta sell CDs or gotta sell songs,
Yeah.
right?
The good
Um,
Oh.
movies, they're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
Not to that extent, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
I'm forgetting, but like for example, there are certain. I think I saw something. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, it was a Pakistani thing. It wasn't a Bollywood thing. So I saw this TV drama, right? It's like,
Zubair's going to work right now.
oh
Maybe we
yeah,
should bring him in for a quick
oh yeah. We could have. Oh
cameo.
man,
You
yeah.
want me to bring him in?
Yeah, for a quick cameo.
Unless he's running off. You should have just
Unless he's
waited.
running.
He's getting in the car. Yeah,
Oh, he's gone.
he's gone.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
fast.
he's in the car already.
All right.
Um,
Yes. Sorry, that was you say.
No, no, no worries. I
yeah,
wanted him to say hi to us, just like, hey guys, and then just duck out. Oh no worries. Oh man, I feel
yeah,
bad now.
because the driver's seat is on the other side. I couldn't wave him.
Oh,
How's that work?
He's parked reversed.
oh
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, aren't you in the driver's seat as well?
I was so
He doesn't have
confused.
like an
I
Indian
was so
car or
confused.
something.
I was like, wow, like these guys have a right-hand drive.
Oh,
It's like, how
Oh
does he
God.
drive on the road, man?
oh.
Not that
I
Yeah, I
love
think it's a
Zishan.
post
Like,
office
how's
drive.
that even possible? There can't be any other.
Oh
You
man.
could, but it's just gonna be really, really difficult because you're not gonna really see a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Over here, the only time you see it is the USP, the what we call post office drivers. They have their
Yeah,
trucks are on the other
sometimes,
side.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Interesting, eh? Wow.
yeah,
No, I was gonna say, so I saw
yeah.
this, there was this drama, like the Pakistani drama. It's from a really reputable studio or company or whatever, right? And in that, what I liked was that they had the whole army theme going in there, right? Like I don't know if you guys remember the really old show Alpha Bravo Charlie. Have you guys heard of it? So it's really popular in
No,
among the Pakistani communities, right? It's basically it was
Or
this.
Indian.
So it follows the story of a soldier, and I think parts of it were based on true stories, right? So the same team, I guess, basically made a follow-up, right? And it's again army themed and everything, talking about how special forces and kind of honoring the soldiers and whatnot, right? So in that, obviously there's a love story, but how do I explain this? It's such a well-written story that there's no explicit expression of love. So nobody says "I love you" or "Oh my God, you're the love of my life. I can't live." No, nothing like that. But it's just it's hinted and it's done in a really poetic way where
Mm-hmm.
you get the message across without actually using any of these words and
Mm-hmm.
it's very rare to I think there have been a few Bollywood movies as well that it's been done but because the thing is the focus is not the love story then obviously the focus is something else but then like for example like once they were married like before they were married right they're talking about meeting up and everything but they're doing it in a very respectful and acceptable manner, if that makes sense, right? And then later on, and this is a little tangent, right? But like for example, the wife was expecting and the guy was stationed somewhere else. So she's gonna say, "Oh, I'm pregnant" or whatever, right? So she's like, "Oh, when are you gonna be back?" So he's like, "Oh, I'm stationed here for another couple of months and everything. So I don't know, and I might get extended and this and that." And she's like, "Well, you better make it in time." Right? Because it sucks that I have to live here alone, right? So she's not saying, "Oh my God, I miss you," but she's saying it sucks to live here alone. But she said it in a really nicer Urdu words, right? And then she says, and when you're headed back, be sure to grab a crib or like a cot for a baby. Like that's all she says, right? I'm like butchering it right now, right? But I found that really interesting because of the way she was communicating with him, and that was it wasn't him jumping, "Oh my God, so you're pregnant," nothing. He's just like, "Oh, Mubarak or Mabruk," right? He's giving her the congratulations, and she gives him like it's like a little, but it's not like a proper Mabruk that I'm saying it. It was a very colloquial way, like he wrote, he expressed it really nicely, and that was it. That was the end of conversation, because again, the focus was on the love story, and I think it may be naive to want this, but I kind of want that kind of stuff where it's like it's there, it's obvious. You as the audience can see that these people are talking about how they love each other or they want to get married or whatever the case is, but it's not so in your face. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
So
I
you want to
totally.
remade your thing, or
no, no, what I'm saying is that anytime like if there's a story,
Nowadays movies, yeah.
in the
yeah,
movies or in any kind of media, I would appreciate that more because I find that really interesting because the good thing is it takes the focus away on the stupid love story stuff because that's so
Mm-hmm.
overdone,
yeah, yeah,
and
Yeah,
it
for
brings you
sure.
exactly.
Yeah,
to other parts of the movie, and it and it's nice to see that right where it's like okay it's not like oh I love you oh yeah okay I'm gonna play hard to get, and then he posts some stunts or something and then oh my God you're so amazing I love you too, like it's so overdone now.
yeah.
It was good in the 90s even the early 2000s where it was
That
like
was
stupid stuff. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you. We're good.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one where it's the girl is not impressed, she's not looking at the guys, and the Jay Devgan movie. I think I don't know which movie it is, man. And I think it's Bipasha or something, and he's like, okay, she's not, so I'm gonna impress her. So he starts driving a sports car, and then he revs, and then he basically drifts in a way where the car flips, and
Oh
as
yeah,
he's
I've seen the
flipping,
clip.
he's
Yeah, I've seen the
he's giving
clip.
her the flower, and then he's falling. Like, come on, man. Like,
I don't even know
I get
how.
it's meant to
Yeah,
be silly, but it's really turning me off now.
man. There's a movie that I watched, and I'm like, I guess this is the perfect time to ask you guys which movie it was. I can't even remember.
Okay.
Basically, it follows like three phases of this guy's life, right? First, he was like a young guy. He's a famous actor. Can't remember his name. One of the new age actors. But anyway, first one, it was like a fling where he just wanted to get the girl, right? So after he tried, and then yeah, she's like, okay, yeah, I love you, and then he dips, and he's like, okay, he was all with all his friends, yeah, yeah, I did it. Then the next one, I think he left the girl at the altar, and I think it was probably Bipasha was the actor in the second one, and then the third one was
So you have different women?
Deepika Padukone was the third person. Yeah, like three different parts of his life. Where this one he was actually really ready to settle down with this girl, and she's like, "No, I don't want to get married." now, right? And then he's like, oh, I think he needs to go back and essentially like fix his
Hmm.
those messed up relationships that he did. So he had to go back and meet the first girl and um,
Interesting. I have not seen
yeah,
this
fix
movie.
things with her, and then go back to the second
Yeah,
one and fix things with her. Um, you guys talk. Let me pull it up now. Now I'm interested. I know how to get it. I know how to
Interesting.
find
You
it.
know when
Go ahead.
he so Omer, you know when he started, I thought about the movie Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, right? Have you seen that movie?
okay.
It's Ranbir Kapoor,
Yeah, that's the. I
Yeah.
think that's the one. Yeah,
but
Ranveer
there was
Kapoor.
no
You're saying that's the
Bipasha
guy's
in
name?
there.
No. Okay,
There
I
was
can't
no
remember who the.
Bipasha in it. I don't.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I've seen Ye Jawani Diwani
I love
recently.
that movie. I thought that
I don't
was
know if I
really
finished
interesting.
it.
You know what? It's a good movie. I think you should watch it. And now I can't talk about it too much, but what I'll say is that I liked. I know a lot of people. He gets a lot of hate, Ranbir Kapoor, but in that movie, I really liked his character because he was like, if you really see, and I don't know how far you've gotten with it, but if you really see, he's just someone who's kind of on this, again, hashtag for a word of this episode, exploratory journey, right? He's just trying to figure out what he wants out of his life and what he wants to do and stuff. So, and you really see that. I think on the second watch, it's more obvious, and and even if you watch it again like a third time, if it's on a channel or something, you really see that this is not a guy who's of a bad nature or per se has that I don't care attitude. It's just someone who's really trying to figure his life out and what he wants because he does everything. Right?
Yeah.
He goes to trips with friends. He chases the career, and then later on he realizes what's important to him, right? Like his friends, his personal life, or his career. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
a good movie. It ends nicely, I think.
I
Sishan, did you
haven't I
find
haven't finished the movie. I just realized
it?
I haven't found it.
I recommend it. It's a good movie.
I
Did
haven't
you?
finished it yet.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I just
please.
realized.
Yeah, do
Um,
finish it. Sorry,
yeah.
Zishan, you were saying something?
Oh, I'm looking for it. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you're still looking.
I would say like Ranbir Kapoor, he's such a good actor. He successfully played that, 90s role of, a Bollywood actor trying to get a girl kind of thing.
Yeah.
In a much better way kind of thing, where it looks very natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I really loved
Yeah.
his because he as an actor has flexed his range a lot too. Because even if you see that movie Rocket Sing, have you seen it?
Yep.
Right? It's such an amazing movie. We may have talked about this before, but like it's so well done because in that there isn't really a love story per se.
Mm,
It's more so this guy just again going, swimming against the currents basically, right?
yeah.
And I really like that movie. I thought that again it showcased his range as an actor. Too bad, unfortunately, there are some really like I think was it Mola Jat or Rockstar or something. No, not Mola Jat. What am I saying? That's a different movie. Like Rockstar, I think he picked. He was like this deranged rock star or whatever, and it's just the movie was just I don't know. I saw bits and pieces of it by the way, and I didn't really like it. I thought to
I
myself,
haven't seen it.
I again, this is just in passing and what's on channels, and I was just like, okay, I think it was more of an artistic attempt at a movie or something. So I don't know. I think
I
Zishan's
can't find it.
disappointed face.
I'll look for it later. I was like, man, I wanted to go back and watch this movie again, and I just can't remember the name or anything about it
Yeah,
really.
honestly, if you find it, I'd really like to look into it because I don't think I have seen this movie.
I don't
Yeah,
think I have
It
either.
it does not seem familiar at all, my friend.
Sounds pretty cool.
it was interesting. Just yeah. Anyway, I'll find it and we'll
So,
talk about that one also.
Omer, is there any movie out there that if you're bored or you don't know what to watch and you're like, I want to watch something Bollywood, but I don't know what to watch, but there's this one movie you always go to, or I guess a handful. Is there anything like that ever? Where you're like, yeah, I don't know what to watch. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put on this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, um, I would say one movie, like if I want to laugh, I'd probably put on Yes Boss if I had just one movie to put on and nothing new to watch and I have to put on something old, probably that.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, I really like that one, obviously.
yeah.
There's one movie, if usually uh, like whenever I get sick, I sort of end up watching this movie because I guess it's more nostalgic, more you feel more comfortable, I guess, when I watch it, or I don't know. It's Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. It's I don't know what it is, but it
Interesting.
just feel you feel happy watching it. You have a smile on your face when you're watching it, kind of thing. It's just
I
like a
don't know.
fun movie.
The movie is pretty sad for most of the times. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about,
It
bro.
No, the
no,
whole premise of it is
Like,
very like
just everyone's just in every other scene, someone's crying. Like,
it's not sad for that long though. It's they're having fun. Like
mm,
once, when they move to London, it's like they're
yeah.
having fun or good. And
Rahul.
even before that, there were a lot of good moments.
Yeah.
I don't
ooh.
know.
Yes,
To me, that
mom.
this
Hey,
movie, like for
Fatty.
me, represents Bollywood.
Why is she shouting? So I think
My
you
God.
prefer the
Oh
Omer
man.
just like, okay, sad scene, skip. He's like, yeah, let's talk about the Chandni Chowk scenes. Yeah, right. Ashfaq Mia
Yeah.
and the mithai store and everything, right?
Fuck me, that was a funny scene.
Yo, that scene never gets old, eh? And by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. Because obviously my wife is like that too. She just randomly puts on that movie too, especially the Chandni Chowk scenes.
Yeah.
Kahan gaye, kahan gaye. Like, he loves that scene too. But
Kaha gaye?
kahan gaye, kahan gaye, kahan gaye. It's so good, man.
Oh
So,
man.
have you noticed? I don't know. I guess I'm watching it on the, hashtag plugin 4K Fire Stick. Have you noticed like Shah Rukh Khan's complexion in this movie? And if you see him
Watching it on
versus now,
Netflix?
no, it's on Prime, I think.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
In 4K?
Yeah, like, well, they have digitized it, right? So it's like it's a bit more clear, but you can see a lot more, I guess, back from the VHS
Okay.
days. And
Uh-huh.
I don't know, man. I found that he's obviously done something. Because if you look at him now, it's not the same complexion. And I
Lighter
pulled,
skin, you're saying?
yeah, and I pulled a
Same thing with
bunch of
Kajol.
same thing with Kajol. Yeah, I was gonna say, and I pulled up a bunch of other Shah Rukh Khan movies, whatever I could find here and there, like in a HD print, and it's the same thing. So it looks like obviously over the last 10 years or so.
भाई पैसा हो तो क्या कुछ नहीं हो सकता है पैसा ला
Even in Kalhonaho, you can see it, right? Like, okay, like what happened. And then in the last 10 years, you just feel like, I'm not saying he became like super white, but the complexion is different.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Yeah,
anybody
that's
else,
true.
if you've
think
noticed
so.
that. And it's
To be
just,
Now
honest,
that you
like,
now that you mention it, I see it.
yeah, it is true. But even me, like, if I look at my pictures from high school, elementary school, I was darker skinned and
I know, but that's still
darker
like,
than this. I mean,
but you're still growing, right, Omer? We're talking about
yeah,
someone who's already
That's true.
in his late 20s and 30s, and now he's in his 40s and 50s, or close. I think he's over 50 now.
but I
And
feel
it's
like
just
a person's complexion can change though. But I think,
really,
yeah,
I don't
I'm
know
sh
enough about this topic. Sorry. So
yeah, I don't either. But
I
like,
feel like he's because I've heard of situations that
I've
like people talk about it
yeah,
back home where you can actually get some something like
yeah,
some procedures, right? Sorry, go ahead.
I've heard that about Kajol, that she might have done something to become more
Yeah.
light skinned. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then
so
there's Ajay Devgan who's
definitely possible.
completely okay with his complexion, right? I just don't understand. Like these
No, but
guys,
actually, Ajay Devgan too. He's a little bit more lighter skinned than his earlier movies. No?
I'd say maybe now so like in the last few years, but even if you go back like 10 years ago to the first Singham movie, he freaking looks Tamil, man. Like, because Singham originally is a Tamil movie, right? But I don't know. I find that some of these guys, like, nobody liked you because you were darker or you were fair. It was more, hey, you were providing entertaining
Mm,
content, right? I mean, me
I don't
personally,
know. I
like,
mean,
look at
like
Shah Rukh Khan's
me,
movies.
yeah,
Sorry, go on.
but that's us, right? But like for them in their entertainment industry, they
Yeah,
needed to have, they needed like according to what they think that the people like lighter skin, blah blah blah. We don't really care
yeah,
for it. But over
yeah.
there, it's like,
It's a good point.
um,
It's a good
yeah.
point. Yeah. Because yes, boss. कुछ कुछ होता है कभी खुशी कभी गम all these even older movies like 90s whatever you see all these guys they're like the most interesting one for me is the genre change that Amir Khan pulled I think because Shah Rukh Khan tried, but he couldn't really get out of that, Raj Rahul roles,
Hmm.
whereas Amir Khan used to be full comedy, silly stuff, Andaz Apna Apna, Ishq. But he also had some of the serious movies, right? Like Ghulam. I don't know. You never mentioned that one, Omer. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. Ghulam. It's a really good
I've
movie.
I have seen it, but I don't remember at all. I
Very
probably
serious
need to watch
topic.
it again.
Yeah, and you can see around that time Amir Khan was experimenting with, serious topics, right? Like real political issues of the time, right? And then you see him making those funny movies as well. But then slowly, slowly you see him what he is today, where he's like the DiCaprio and the Nolan, the actor version of Nolan of Bollywood now. He makes movies that really make you think, or like topics that are like seriously not like people don't look at, right? So
Mm, yeah.
Well, I mean, Amir Khan movies have changed the industry, really. He's
yeah.
had a couple movies in the early 2000s that changed the industry forever. And like Lagan and Dil Chahta Hai,
Oh
those two
Yeah.
man,
movies, it changed the way that Bollywood was going for sure.
honestly, 100%
Um,
agreed. I did not like. By the way, I did not like the Chata at first, but then again, I watched it as a very young person. Like I think I was like 13 or something, and I was like, "What
Hmm.
the heck? What is this?" But then when you watch it as an adult, like much more, I guess, a bit older, a little bit wiser, a little bit, not too much, obviously. Um, I don't know, man. I appreciate that movie so much more now. It's insane because I was just like, yo, this has some pretty heavy subjects. No wonder I didn't like it as a 13-year-old because I'm looking for the funny. I'm looking for the action
Yeah.
scenes. Where's all that, right? What is this friendship drama that I have to deal with? What is this relationship issues that he's talking about? Like, screw this, man. But now I'm like, yo, this is like so heavy if you're really paying attention to the story. Right now it makes me want to rewatch
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the next movie I
it.
might rewatch. I haven't seen it for so long.
I watched it
I
last
want.
year or earlier this year, I think. Yeah, and it, sorry, excuse me, it sits very differently now, man, because you're just like, this movie was way ahead of its time.
yeah,
It's like early
For
2000s.
Bollywood. Yeah.
For Bollywood, yeah, yeah, exactly. Those people are not ready. They're like, okay, there's no action scenes. Where's the jokes? Where's the funny jokes? Where's Johnny Lever?
where's Johnny Lever? Why is he not in the movie? Yo,
No, I
when I
think.
was a kid, I'll be looking for that. Okay, is Johnny Lever in this movie? Is he in this movie? If it's not, I'm not gonna watch it because I need some funny. I need some jokes in this movie,
You
and
know,
I know if he's in there, there's gonna be some, good
something fun,
jokes.
something funny, something stupid, like that scene that never gets old, right? Where it's the one where he's he's I guess the peon as they call it, right? Like the maid of the male version of maid, the peon of some rich, really rich guy, and
Beyond,
he has a
yeah.
guest peon, right? And then he has some rich guy, and like the tea scene, right? They're just standing, and the guy's like,
Oh yeah,
they're both laughing back and forth at each other. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
posted that one, right?
Yeah.
I've seen the scene.
How can you convey such a simple like they're not doing anything. It's just their expression. Both of them are really great, by the way. They're
Yeah,
just
Oh
see,
man. I know every time he has this little he's in the movie so briefly and it's
he
just
has his
not gold
presence,
nuggets, man.
bro. Yeah, and it's just like they don't say a single word. They don't, and it's just a scene that they're just standing there. There's no change of scenery, nothing. They're just looking at each other, and they're just
Yeah.
laughing, and it's just awkward, and it makes you laugh so much that, and it doesn't get old. Like the memes that have come out of this, right? It's like, me awkwardly meeting the, relative my mom asked me to say salam to. It's like, right? And it's like this back and forth.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
man, there's some good gems.
yeah. Johnny Lever, he has a good funny scene in Yes Boss. I'm not gonna describe it. Maybe we'll put it in here, but yeah, it's hilarious, man.
Yeah, no, honestly,
Oh man.
he's
Hello.
Hi,
Hi. Where are you from?
Poland.
Poland.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you spoiling your life in Poland? Come to my land, Mud Island, India.
He is, yeah, I know he's getting old, and I think he's not doing that many movies anymore. But man, he's one of a kind, and that's the thing, right? Like you don't have those in the new crowd,
Yeah,
I
they've died
guess.
out, right? They've died out
So we
because it's
had
not
like,
realistic.
yeah, like Paresh Rawal used
Hmm.
to be the most. I've talked about this many times before. The most evil character on the movies. You'd be like, oh man, I hate that guy, and now he's become this, comedy icon. Same with Gulshan Grover, Shakti Kapoor. And that guy
So,
who was, sorry, go on.
those two guys don't act as much, but Paresh Rawal, he's still quite active. He is just amazing, fantastic actor. Like he changes completely with the role. I
Yeah.
sometimes don't even recognize it's him playing it. Like
How do you
Babu
spell
Rao
his name?
from Hera Peri,
You know Babu Rao
uh,
from Sendekwana, huh?
Paresh Rawal,
Must
Paresh. That would I don't even think of him as Babu Rao.
is Babu
Babu
Rao
Rao
is
for me is like,
someone
you
else,
know,
right? It's like another
I
person.
I I forget that it's him acting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just too good
So
that
good,
role he
so good.
plays.
I really hope they make the third Hera Peri. I know they've been talking about making it, and I think they've done some shooting as well, but I don't know. I really hope they make it because I don't care for anybody else. I genuinely want to see Babu Rao on the screen again, only because of just the way he carries that character, man. It's like Sandikwana, huh? Mast naha dhoke Sandikwana. It's just like
But first like program में थोड़ा change रहने का Sunday को आना.
Sandik must naha dhoke Sandikwana. And the best for me, the best scene of is his introduction, right? When he comes in and like Sunil Shetty comes to him, he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for a place to rent or whatever." He's like, "Check it now again, whatever," right? And then he gives him money. He's like, "Jo bhi hai de de, baki baad mein," right? Like for the rent of the room, whatever. He's like, "Okay, theek hai." But then Paresh Rawal takes some money out and he gives it to Sunil Shetty, and he's like, "Thank you." He's like, "Thank you, guy gore." वो खोने के बाद में बात नहीं लेके sorry.
Yeah.
He gives him
Oh
some so
God.
Zishan, he gives him some cash back to go and he's asking him to fetch like a bottle of alcohol for him, right? But it's really sure he doesn't realize this. He just takes the money, puts it in his pocket, and just thanked you. Oh my God,
Oh
it's
God.
just so good, man. That movie is one of those movies that honestly has never gotten old for me. I still laugh at the
Yeah.
scene with the gun where he's just like, looking like at the gun like this.
Which movie is this?
Hera Peri, bro,
Hera
the first
Peri.
Hera Peri.
Oh man, okay, I'm gonna save this right now because this
You need to
sounds
see it, like
hilarious.
that scene, like it's like
He's thinking that's his glasses. The gun.
Oh man, is
ए
Oh
it?
God.
Oh, is it?
भाई
There's
ये
one, two, and
किसका
three.
बंदूक है? Yeah, there's a third one potentially being made. There's a second one. The second
Okay,
one is like pure meme material. The first one is hilarious. Okay.
all right.
But it's
Yeah.
just like, oh man, that last scene, bro, I used to laugh so hard. Like I I could not control myself. That scene in the end in the main fight. Oh man, it's just honestly, Zihan, it's like
Yeah.
I can't tell you. It's one of my go-to movies. I'm like, okay, if
All
I'm
right.
bored, I'll
I
just
like
watch
it.
that.
I like it.
Too good.
That was good. What about you, Dawa? What's your like go-to movie that you're gonna replay?
Oh man, that's a hard pick. Honestly, for Bollywood, it's really tough for me, but for the longest time, I used to watch Golmaal a lot. I know it sounds really stupid, but I still like. I remember it was like high school and after the summer, and
Yeah.
I bought a DVD that had Golmaal on it and some other movies, and we just replayed like me and my siblings and everything. We just had this thing where to the point that Golmaal was like, we memorized it. We knew every scene. And it's so funny because my wife was telling me that her siblings did the same thing when the movie came out. It's like basically they had like they call it Hifso Golmaal or something, right? It's one of those it's one of those. But honestly, I wouldn't say there's only really one movie. I'm the kind of person who browses all the Bollywood channels. I'm like, oh man, I've seen this, and I'm like, oh, I feel like watching this one, and I just leave that on. But these days, Zishan, it's about that 24/7 Marvel channel.
One man, exactly. I don't know what we're gonna do without it.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm just so like yesterday. So yesterday I came down and I had to do some stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna turn on the TV. Like it's like instinctively. Like I have it in my favorites. I
Mm,
just go. Obviously, it's the first favorite. I'm just like I
yeah,
put it on and I'm doing
same
my
here.
stuff. So my wife put down, Nile, and then she comes on. She's like, "Is there ever a time that this channel is not going to be put on? That I come downstairs and you're going to be watching something else?" I'm like, maybe after the subscription runs out.
Yeah, it's serious. Like, I mean, I
It's
don't know if
so
you ever watched
easy.
that channel.
No, I have not.
So, I mean, on the IPTV,
Apple
there's a
TV, yeah,
channel 24/7 Marvel movies, and it
Marvel,
plays it
right?
in
Yeah.
like consecutive order, one
yeah,
after the next
yeah,
after the next,
yeah.
and is it's just playing
It's
24/7.
it's a
I
safe bet.
have
You
I
can
have
never go
Disney
wrong. Yeah,
Plus.
yeah,
I have Disney Plus. I
yeah.
have
I
all
know,
of them,
but I don't want.
right?
But you're not gonna, yeah,
But I will never go and I'll never go on Disney Plus and pick a movie and
And
select it
say,
yeah.
and
yeah.
watch it.
Like if
No,
Age
It's
of
no, makes
just
Ultron
sense.
is on, if Age of Ultron is on there, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm watching Age of Ultron. But I won't go to Disney Plus to put on Age of Ultron.
no, exactly. Even though you can
Yeah,
watch it in 4K HD, blah blah blah, all that. You think it's just
yeah.
regular or
The
whatever.
quality on the
Um,
24/7 is still pretty good. I'd say it's
it's
a
still good,
solid
yeah.
1080p, but yeah, it's like it's such
Yeah.
a safe
It
option,
hits
man. It's like
differently, man. It hits differently. It's just like, okay, I guess I have to watch this now. And then
it's on.
and you don't feel bad walking away from it. You go do whatever you gotta do,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. It's just playing in the background
yeah.
and
Same with
yeah.
24/7 Office.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
you
also
know,
my favorite one.
it's the funny
Yeah.
thing is sometimes I walk away and I will come back and I'm like, oh my God, I love this scene. I'll stand there for like 5 minutes, watch it. I'm like, okay, I have to get back to what I was doing.
That
Oh
is
man,
Yeah.
hilarious.
I see. I don't know what we're gonna do, man. I don't know when everyone else's subscription is expiring, but my live is expiring like October something. So,
I'll get that finished earlier for you. Don't worry.
wow, wow.
Ah.
Um,
Anyways, what else, man? What else?
yeah.
What did we not get to cover? Was there some topic we wanted to cover? I mean, there's so much stuff we wanted to cover. We never get the
I think,
opportunity.
yeah, that's
I
okay,
wanted
man.
to,
Yeah,
there's one question I wanted to throw out to you guys.
please.
Going back to the travels, and I kind of want to hear what you guys feel. And so let me sort of explain it. See, we're living here, obviously, uh, where our backgrounds were from a different country. What I've found, um, and I want to hear, I'm going to see if you guys agree or not. But whenever I go to India and I'm just walking around, I I really feel like I'm home, kind of thing. I feel like I'm kind of from here. I belong here. Like I feel more at home there. Do you guys feel that? Like at the same time, I'll say like I don't think I could ever live there, just because we have a different lifestyle here,
Hmm.
and I'm very comfortable here. Because I'm used to this lifestyle. I like living here. I don't know if would ever move from here. But at the same time, I can't deny I have that feeling when I'm there, like I belong here, like I'm from here. This is my home. Do you guys feel that when you're back home?
Interesting. I
I
feel
know
that
that
about
would you grew
Canada.
up there, but
I grew up there. But I'll tell you, I feel like that in Canada. Like, no matter where I go in the world, the moment we land in Canada, I feel so much better.
no,
Yeah.
I do as well. I do as well for sure. This is home for me. I do feel this is home. But at the same time, and I don't know if you guys agree or not, but at the same time, when I'm walking around here, I still kind of feel like, I'm not being racist, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of different cultures. There's, a lot of white people around. Not saying I love multiculturalism. I love having, everyone from different backgrounds come
Are you
together.
saying
It's
you don't feel that you belong here? Is that what you mean?
I don't truly feel like at home because
Interesting.
I feel like I'm still out of place. Do you know what I mean? Like you're
Hmm.
working, uh, a lot of places that I worked, there's more, white people, more, other
Hmm.
cultures.
Yeah.
Um, it's, I guess you guys don't agree, but I don't truly feel like this is home. You know what I mean? But in
Hmm.
many ways, I do feel this is home in ways
Hmm.
that no other place in the world is home. But
Right.
at a different level.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I get
I
what
mean,
you're
I see
saying.
what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I haven't
Me
had that
personally,
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to India, but I mean, I've been to Trinidad and on vacation, but I can't live there. And
No, I mean
I
I
I
can't live in
definitely
India
feel I
either.
definitely feel the opposite. I definitely feel that I do not belong
Really,
here.
eh?
Yeah, I just go like because and I think it also depends like where you go, right? So for example, there's different parts of Pakistan. Like my wife primarily grew up in Lahore, so she says you would fit in better there. Like Karachi, I'm like, yo, why did I even come here?
Okay.
And inshallah, obviously, if and when we can, like, she always she's like, oh, come to Lahore. Like one time whenever we go, let's go to Lahore. Like I want you to just live there for. I'm like, I've visited. She's like, it's different when you visit versus let's say you stay there for like a couple of
Yeah,
weeks, but
yeah,
and
yeah.
actually experience the city, right? As it should be, not in some hotel or whatever, right? And I don't know. I've heard things about Lahore. Like I know people who move back from here and they're like, yeah, oh man, so much better, this and that. And people who move from here from Karachi, unless they're living in defense or like a really nice area, they're like, yo, don't come back. This is stupid, this and that, right? I think that's what it is. It's where you go. So, and what part of the country you're going to. So, and that's
I
why and I personally like I said, every time I've gone back now, I've gone to Karachi and itself, and even just where we stay and where our families and everything. I'm like, yo, I'm good. It's nice to see you and everything, but I don't think I can feel home here.
yeah. I forgot to mention for me the one of the biggest factors is the language. When I'm in Hyderabad, of course,
Hmm.
it's my language basically, right? I'm
Yeah, yeah,
most
yeah, of
comfortable
course.
in that language. Um, and here, obviously, English, which obviously I'm okay with English. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
You
Yeah,
miss that.
that's
I think it's you have
language is part of it. Food is part of it.
yeah.
Um,
I think it's a different experience for you, Omer. And I think because of that, how do you say, nostalgia, or when you go back, you're like, oh, I get to speak, in Hyderabadi, I get to, enjoy the local cuisine in this way, and I don't have to search for this. It's just like, and I understand that. I think the older crowd, the older generation would agree with you because when they go back, like our parents basically, they go back and they're like, oh man, I could just live here and this and that. And then when you remind them, well, there's, power issues, there's
yeah,
health issues, there's no, like, it's not that it's lawless, it's just more easier
yeah.
to get into trouble and stuff like that, right? And that's when they're like, yeah, Canada's better in that aspect. But no, I know what you're saying.
But that would keep in mind. I never lived there either. I was born in Saudi, but again, in Saudi also, it's the language there.
Yeah,
I don't feel like completely home
yeah.
in Jeddah as well
You're
because
an old
I was
soul, it's
born in
okay.
Jeddah. No, I thought other people felt the same way. We'll see what Chai says, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I
oh,
feel that. But
that's a
absolutely.
good question.
I will say I feel like this is home for me, Mississauga even. I can't even imagine living in any other city. But you know what I mean? This is obviously home for me and I feel comfortable here. The most
Zishan is
comfortable
like,
to live in.
you get used to it.
But
What is
Zishan's like, what are
home?
you talking about?
Zishan is like,
We're all
what?
travelers.
Uh,
Live like a
there's
traveler, bro.
Zishan is like, home is where the heart is. I don't know if you ever saw this cartoon that used to come on. I think it was a white TV or something. It was a really deep cartoon. It didn't really make sense to me back at the time. And it's like home is where the heart is or something, right? And you're just talking about some theme about home and everything. And I think
Yeah,
someone who loses their home or something happens or they're away from their home for a bit, and then the whole theme was, it's where you are, where you put your heart into things and where you call it home. And if you're stuck,
Asgard.
yeah, Asgard is
yep.
a people, right? So, and so yeah, let's pose that question. Where people in Chai Chai, like, let's pose it to them, like, where do you feel home? Like, is it back home wherever that is? Is it here, or did you find that you belong in some other country you were visiting, right? I think
Yeah.
that's a good way to sum it. Yeah,
Mm, yeah. Maybe we'll rephrase it because I feel like,
yeah.
see,
Please go ahead.
if you ask me, where do you feel like you're home? I would say here. But I'm just saying I feel that when I'm there, I have that feeling,
I
that
belong here, kind of. I belong here.
maybe, yeah,
These are my
this is
people.
this, yeah, in some ways this feels home. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or in a lot of ways this feels like home.
Yeah,
But
no, no. Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah, no, you can sum up the question, please, and you feel like you can put it in this video and they can respond as they watch this. except for Arif, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sorry again, buddy, we couldn't accommodate you on the podcast. We were gonna try to get him on as well, but yeah, sorry. Not that he'll watch it anyway, right, Zishan?
I mean, you might invite him, but you may not even show up.
Honestly, like, is there even a point to that? But yeah, no, honestly, thank you guys. I think the comeback episode is gonna be good. As always, Omer, it's a pleasure, you know,
Thank you guys.
chatting up, and
Yes.
I think I can say it on behalf of both myself and Zishan and the rest of the Chai Shai group that we want you to, you know, just keep this going, man, with us, because the
Yeah.
conversations we can
And
get up to with you.
yeah, some of the things that we have, I know, ideas to chat about, movies. Tenet is a topic that Dawood and I want to
Very
bring
passionate
forth
about.
sometime.
Yeah.
Marvel stuff, life experiences, stories people haven't shared yet that you want to,
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah. Like you talk about your travels, we want to hear
Yeah.
about other folks, what their travels have
So
been
Yeah.
like,
guys,
right?
just hit us up. Let
Yeah.
us know if you want to come on an episode because we would love to have that chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another topic which could literally be an episode on its own. Hajj stories, like Dawood, your
Mm-hmm.
Hajj story, Zishan, your Hajj
Oh
story.
man.
Oh,
It's
that's a good one.
We
it's
could,
I
crazy
think I want to do
because
that one soon. Yeah.
yeah, I think so. And
because
because we have quite a
there's so many
few
things that happen during
Hajis.
Hajj.
Yeah, yeah, we have quite a
Yeah.
few
Oh,
Hajis,
man, I
man.
just
So
like stuff just coming
how
back to me
come?
right now. I'm
Yeah,
just
you know
like,
what, Zishan?
wow.
Zishan, we did talk about wanting to do something in this area, but we never had a proper topic. But this is it's a good series we could do, like a separate, like Hajj stories, like Hajj stories one, Hajj stories two, whatever. This would be a good side series, man.
I like
Would
it.
it makes it sense to have multiple
Yeah.
Hajis in the chat and
That's what I was wondering.
like quick round fire kind of
I
round
think it's
table kind
hard,
of
man, because there's a lot of stories. Then I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe yeah,
What
and
we
each
could do is
that's
story,
also true.
what we could do is we could record multiple sessions and then like with multiple people and then try to just pack it in one or something. I don't know. We can
mhm.
discuss
Yeah.
this, but that's a really good topic, man. There's a lot.
Um,
I personally have like quite a few. I'm sure you have
I
quite a
know
bit. You do too. I'm sure
for sure.
Zishan
Yeah.
and what's his name? Well, who else? Yeah, there's quite a few people who have been on Hajj, man. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hajj,
Muzammel's been, Asin
Hajj
has
story.
been,
yeah,
uh,
Arslan
That's
went.
another together. Yeah.
Arsalan, yes. I went with Arsalan, well, not
Oh
with
yeah,
his group, but
Zishan,
I
you
was
and
there with
Asin
him.
went together. No, wait, you and Asin
Yeah.
went together?
Asin
Mhm.
and Muzammal went together.
Asin and
Asin went with you as
Muzamil.
well?
Well,
Oh,
I
okay.
went with Essen before. I mean, not with Essen, but I mean, we were in the same group
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
before he got married, and then he went
Yeah.
again
Then he went
afterwards.
with
He got married.
Muzamil. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I mean, and then there's another topic like like vacation nightmare stories, and there's so much story. So,
Yeah.
guys, you know,
Please hit us up,
everyone
man.
has stories to share. Hit us up.
Yeah.
Let's record. Let's chat.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Yeah,
Let's chat.
get in touch with Zishan and Dawood,
Yeah.
because I want to
Oh,
see other people on here as well. Like,
I want to shout out to Moise as well. I'm sure he has a lot of construction stories too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
experiences, challenges, things that he's like, oh my goodness, this, like those cliffhangers we can leave him with.
That was
So,
supposed to be like the last one, but you realize that you have a set of topics that you want to talk about, and the way the conversation goes,
yeah,
you
and
just go with the
it's not
flow.
fun to disrupt or force the
Yeah.
conversation in a certain way, right?
Right.
Because it doesn't feel natural then. So, no, absolutely. I think inshallah we'll start. I'm really interested in this Hajj one now. I really wanna, I really wanna explore this.
Yes.
Hopefully we have someone come up. Otherwise, you and I can start, Ishan. Let's see, inshallah.
yeah.
Sounds good.
But no,
Before we go,
good recommendation, Omer.
Yes,
Yeah,
Omar,
go
go
on.
ahead.
Yeah,
wanted to shout out Talha. He's about to get married, inshallah. All the best
Inshallah.
to him.
yeah,
Yes. MashaAllah.
yeah.
May Allah
Mashallah, man.
bless their marriage.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, and then hopefully everything else goes well, inshallah. And yeah, man, looking forward to that. So, thanks again, you guys. I know we had a nice long session, and I'm really happy. But as always, all good things must come to an end. But
Cool.
thank you again for your time. Inshallah, we'll definitely we'll be talking again, Omer. We'd like to have someone else start with the Hutch stories, but if not, then obviously you're always
Yep.
welcome. We can never get tired of your face. So with that, we'll leave you all here. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching and listening, guys. And inshallah, we'll see you in the next one.
Alright.
All right.
Assalamu
Thank you
alaikum.
guys. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa-
Take care.